Celtic are reportedly stepping up their approach for Jamie Vardy. We will go over this transfer story in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic rounded off their pre-season preparations with a 1-1 draw against Al Ahly in the Komo Cup before edging the penalty shootout 5-3. It wasn't a classic by any stretch, but Brendan Rodgers will have taken a few key lessons from the performance as his side gear up for next weekend's Scottish Premiership opener against St Mirren at Celtic Park. First and foremost, the second half response showed there's still a strong mentality in this group after being pinned back and outplayed in the first 45 minutes. Celtic came out with a renewed intensity. Austin Trusty's equaliser was the product of good delivery, awareness and desire, exactly the kind of qualities Rodgers will want to see from his side when the league campaign kicks off. Trusty, in particular, looks to be growing into a more assured figure. He's had an impressive pre-season overall, and this was another solid outing. Defensively, he was aggressive and brave, and his goal was reward for his anticipation in the box. If Celtic are to navigate the early fixtures without a fully fit Carter Vickers, Trusty may be the one to lead by example at the back. Luke McCowan's performance was another big positive. The former Dundee man has slotted in seamlessly and was arguably Celtic's standout against Al Ahly alongside Trusty. He brought composure, energy and attacking threat, hitting the post and converting a penalty with calm authority. Whether deployed wide or centrally, he looks ready to play a key role from the off. New signing Shin Yamada also caught the eye. The Japanese forward showed blistering pace, smart movement and no shortage of confidence. His offside finish was cleanly taken, and his involvement in the lead-up to several chances hinted at a player who won't need long to adapt. With Celtic short on striker options, Yamada may well have played his way into the conversation for a place in the matchday squad against St Mirren. There are still concerns, though. Paulo Bernardo and Marco Tilio struggled to impact the game. Bernardo looked laboured in midfield and failed to influence the tempo. While Tilio's decision-making was again underwhelming, the Australian has had flashes of ability, but it's clear he's not yet ready to carry attacking responsibility at this level. Fitness is another issue Rodgers must manage carefully. Alistair Johnston and Carter Vickers remain short of match sharpness, and neither played beyond the hour mark. The Irishman may need to ease both into competitive action, with Dane Murray and Anthony Ralston potentially in line for minutes if needed. The shootout win offered a welcome boost in morale and showed composure from the spot, with all 5 penalty takers converting. Yamada's confident strike to seal it was the perfect note to end pre-season on. With 8 days to go until Celtic begin their title defence, Rodgers has seen enough to feel encouraged, but also enough to know there's work still to be done. Trusty and McCowan are pushing to start. Yamada looks a live option, but questions remain in midfield and around overall match fitness. The champions will need to hit the ground running against a well-drilled St Mirren side. Now it's time to bring you the main story. Celtic could push forward in a bid to sign Jamie Vardy as they seek to bring in 2 attacking players this summer. The former England international is a free agent after his Leicester contract ended, leaving the King Power Stadium after netting 200 goals in 500 appearances and lifting Premier League, FA Cup, Community Shield and Championship titles. Even at 38 years old, Vardy is in demand thanks to his keen eye for goal, which helped him net 9 Premier League strikes and 10 overall last season, despite Leicester's miserable relegation back to the second tier. Rangers have been heavily linked with Vardy, who previously worked with Rodgers at Leicester, but ex-Scotland and Manchester City goalscorer Paul Dickov believes Celtic should swoop in ahead of their rivals. Dickov had this to say: Jamie Vardy at 38 has still got a hell of a lot to offer. He's still got the hunger and real desire in his game. I'm sure he has plenty of offers from clubs all over the world, but wherever he chooses will gain a Premier League legend and a wealth of experience. Aside from his experience, his goal scoring hasn't slowed down. He scored 9 goals last season in a poor Leicester team in the most challenging league in the world, so he will score plenty wherever he moves. It's difficult to pinpoint where Jamie is going to land, but it could be a real swing in the next couple of seasons of the Scottish Premiership. If he went to Celtic, it would make it even more difficult for the rest of the teams to catch them. I would go as far as to say borderline impossible. However, if he chose Rangers, he could really drag them closer to Celtic with the goals he would score. If he signs for Rangers, Scotland would have a really competitive league next season, which would be great to watch and draw eyes to the games. That's how big a factor he could be, and people keep talking about his age, but he is chasing down defenders as well as he was 10 years ago, from what I can see. Whoever signs Vardy will have a fantastic asset who will guarantee goals and energy from the front, Dickov concluded. The Hoops have won 13 of the last 14 Scottish Premiership titles to draw level on 55 with arch rivals Rangers, needing just one more to overtake their neighbours for the first time since the 1920s. One of the key factors in Celtic's latest title win was their superior attack. Despite Rangers boasting the league's top scorer in Cyril Dessers, Celtic completely outperformed them as a team with 112 goals to 80. Despite that attacking prowess, Celtic are in need of attacking options this summer after allowing Kyogo Furuhashi to leave in January, while Nicholas Kuhn completed a move to Como earlier in July. Indeed, Football Insider transfer correspondent Pete O'Rourke has revealed that Brendan Rodgers is looking for 2 players this summer to bolster his forward line. A striker is thought to be top of the list of priorities, while another winger could come in to supplement Japan international Daizen Maeda. He is naturally a winger but played regularly through the middle last season, to good effect, notching 16 league goals to sit second only to Dessers. In other news, Becky Hill has become the latest celebrity to show her support for Celtic after posing with the club's iconic green and white strip during their trip to Italy. The chart-topping singer, known for hits like Remember and Lose Control, was performing at the Komo Cup and took time out to snap a photo with a Celtic top, which was shared on the club's official social media channels. She won back-to-back Brit Awards in 2022 and 2023. While Hill didn't quite take the stage donning the hoops, her gesture still caused a stir among fans. Many were surprised to see the singer getting involved with Celtic's tour abroad. Becky Hill joined Celtic's team of musicians to publicly support the club alongside Lewis Capaldi, Snoop Dogg, the Gallagher brothers, and Rod Stewart. Hill's show of support won't influence the scoreline tonight, but it's another reminder of the club's size and its global reach with yet another musician getting involved. Celtic were in action against Saudi side Al Ahly at Stadio Giuseppe Sinigaglia in what was their last pre-season match before returning to Glasgow to kick off their Premiership title defence. After the defeat to Ajax on Thursday, Brendan Rodgers hoped for a much better performance tonight, ending pre-season on a high note. Lastly, Kwon Hyuk-kyu has said goodbye to Celtic fans following his permanent move to League One side Nantes, posting a heartfelt message on Instagram as he reflects on a short but meaningful stint in Glasgow. The South Korean midfielder joined the Hoops last summer with high hopes but failed to make a competitive appearance for the first team. Despite the lack of minutes, Kwon made clear just how much the club meant to him. He arrived in the summer of 2023 along with fellow countryman Yang. It wasn't the most successful transfer window for Celtic, with plenty flopping. This summer has seen many of those failed signings make an exit as they try to get their careers back on track. He wrote this on Instagram. "Hi Celts, it's time to say goodbye. I didn't want to say goodbye like this. Really sorry I didn't help the team a lot, but I was proud to be a member of this team. I'll always support this team anywhere. Good luck with this season. Glasgow will be green forever." Kwon signed a 3-year deal with Nantes after his Celtic departure was finalised this week. Though his time at Parkhead didn't unfold as planned, his message shows a genuine connection with the club and its supporters. The midfielder had been close to joining Austria Vienna earlier in the summer before the French side stepped in. Now, with a fresh start in League One, Kwon will look to restart his European career, but he leaves Celtic with nothing but respect and best wishes. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.